All right.
They're playing basketball.
What are the words?
You love that basketball. All right, what's up, guys? It's the crew. We're back. Long weekend.
Juiced up.
A lot of juice in the pod tonight.
A lot of juice on the pod. I spent last week at your house.
You got some juice, and it's kind of it's a Tatis. I don't even know watch baseball, but Tatis did a little juice last year, and
He's on juice.
he was apparently PEDs. I don't know if it was juice. It wasn't the good stuff. Looks like you got the good stuff tonight, bud.
I got the juice. I love the way these fit. I love the way these fit like right on your arm. Like it just fits perfectly tight
Wow.
on your arm.
See, I know that the camera kind of does it
I'm not even
distorts
flexing.
it
I'm not
distorts a
even
little
flexing.
bit.
I
That
swear to
looks
God.
like
Not
I
even
know.
flexing.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say maybe like
Yeah. It just
20-inch
I mean
arms.
it just like I'm not even flexing. It just looks perfect when I like the shirt, man.
Wow.
I mean, people said
Man.
I had that Khalil Herbert juice, and I said I have the juice. Me and Khalil Herbert have the same juice. Me and him are both juicing. We're
If it
active
wasn't
on the juice.
if it wasn't for the beard, I would have thought you were Gronk. Backwards hat, looking big.
I'm getting that a lot.
I
Okay. Just saying.
see. I get that.
Well,
I'm aroused.
that makes three of us.
A little more juice. But yeah, March Madness. A lot of madness already.
Dude, it's March, and this shit is madness.
I
Like it's.
think that should be a good name for it.
Did you watch the Brent Mushburger interview on? He's like the guy that coined the phrase March Madness.
No.
It's not that great.
Okay.
Some guy in like Detroit or something where he grew up had was like a really big basketball fan, and he did a sale on his cars at his car lot during the tournament, and he called it the March Madness sale. So he said that once he got on the air one time.
That's really how it started.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Because
Didn't get any money.
No, yeah, that dude's broke. He's homeless. He's telling people, I thought of that. They're like, yeah, sure you did, Michael Jackson. But
we can start with winners, kind of losers. Virginia. Virginia, they lost, but they're no longer the only 16 seed. No longer the 1 seed that lost to the 16 seed. They now have Purdue.
oh, you're saying they're winners and losers? They're a winner because they're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, it's Purdue, man. Like, I swear, I had them winning. I had Purdue winning on one of my brackets. For the last 3 years, I've had them winning on one of my brackets. They could go undefeated. The next Michael Jordan could be playing at Purdue. I mean, it could be like the chosen one on every sports magazine, and like he's in the consensus #1. He's better than Wembanyama. I refuse to have them ever getting to the Sweet 16 in any of my brackets ever again. Every year, they lose to a double-digit seed.
Well, I feel like every year I at least have Purdue going to at least the Sweet 16 because they are usually ranked pretty high, and I never know anything about them other than that they have an ogre on their team every year, and I feel like we downplayed them so much this year. I swear to we downplayed them so much like prior to this, me and you talking about it, that like I wasn't even surprised when they lost. Like I feel like that was like the score, like it was gonna be a close game anyways, just because we downplayed how bad Purdue really, or like that they may not even do anything, and they didn't.
Well, the reason I was surprised was their big man. He's 7'4". He's legitimately good. He averages like 22 points a game. FDU's biggest player on their team is 6'6".
Yeah.
They start two guards that are 5'8". Two.
I know.
And I'm like, Purdue is just gonna 70 to 10 on the boards.
So there was a stat. Apparently, there was a stat that out of the 300, I mean, the tournament in general, but out of the 300 and however many like colleges in the nation, collectively, FDU has the shortest
Yeah,
team in the nation, and Purdue has the tallest team in the nation.
yeah, yeah.
Averages. It's insane.
Yeah. And then
Literally David and Goliath.
the last 10 minutes of the game, their big guy, Eden or Evie or whatever his name is, he didn't even score a bucket last 10 minutes on a 6'6" guy. That is horrible coaching. I don't know. I really don't even know Purdue's coach. He needs to be fired because
Oh yeah.
they refuse. FDU just like refused to allow them to get the ball to the big man. So the whole game, they're turning it over, trying to force it into him. And if they didn't turn it over, they got all the way down to the end of the shot clock trying to get him the ball. And it's like, dude, switch it up. Change. Maybe I understand you got the mismatch, but they're not letting you get the ball to him. They're not letting it happen.
Well, he didn't even score within like the last like 6 minutes of the game.
Last 10 minutes. Didn't even score.
Really?
Didn't even score. I mean,
Well, I mean, you also, I mean, but how much do you credit old Goofy McGee, Toby Maguire, coaching over there and having a good game plan defense? He had the perfect game plan.
yeah, I mean, he legitimately just crowded him. I mean, he played a guy behind him and a guy in front of him. And they left like a corner guy wide open. They kind of played this weird matchup zone some of the game. I wouldn't say all the game, but they were not scared of. Obviously, they knew either Purdue's going to shoot the ball well, and their guards are going to play well, and we're going to lose by 50. But we're not letting the big guy beat us.
Right.
Or we don't. But I think overall, I think he came out and said, the more I watch Purdue, the more I think we can win. It's because I think he's looked at him and said, I don't think they can hit outside shots, and I don't think their guards can beat us. So he's like, I'm just going to crowd them. I'm one guy in front, one guy behind, crowd them, and make the guards beat us. And like that was
That's what, and they're two main guards. I swear to God, with the fastest motherfuckers I've ever seen.
killed them. I mean,
So
they
fast.
murdered them. And dude, it's like one of those things. Like FDU is not good. They're not a good team, but you let them hang around, and then they hit a huge three. Then they get an offensive board they have no business getting. Kick out. What happens? Coach Weaver, what happened? Offensive board always 100% of the time leads to a bang-in three. And this is like, you just let them hang around, and then that was pretty pathetic by Purdue.
Yeah, and I guess might as well just get FDU out of the way. Like, yeah, I mean Purdue. Well, with FDU, they played. I don't know if they played good defense or if this is just the worst shooting. Honestly, the shooting all tournament's bad. The shooting is really bad, like the shooting percentages in general. But FDU held Purdue to awful shooting percentages, and FDU really didn't shoot much better. It's just I'm pretty sure they shot like 19% from the field or from three, and then like 20 something or low 30s from the field. Purdue did.
Purdue shot 35 from the field, 19 from three. FDU shot 38 from the field, 30 from three.
And then FDU goes and plays FAU, and
the shortest teams. Did you see that as well?
What?
They're like the 6th shortest team in the nation. FAU.
Are they really?
Yeah. So I mean, Purdue could have
Guard play.
went up against FDU and FAU and just big boy them, but they did.
Well, hear this crazy stat. I mean, this is one game that I really enjoy. We can get back to this, but the FDU FAU game is actually really good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So give me I know that you had some things going on this weekend, so you didn't get to watch, everything, every game, every second of every game. But give me your 3 best games. Like what 3 games have you enjoyed the most? I'm a little different, man. One, I didn't have anything going on this weekend. Thursday to Sunday, dude, I just sat on the couch, watch March Madness the whole fucking. But give me your 3 best games. What were your 3 favorite?
Well, of course, there's nothing better than watching UVA lose. I love watching Virginia lose, especially being the second game.
Guys,
and that
Virginia Tech, baby.
the
That's a
Hokies.
win for Virginia Tech.
It is. It's a win. It's a win-win for me. And especially being the second game of the tournament and just
Yeah,
starting off with fireworks. God, dude. Nothing better
it
than
was a
just
great
seeing
game.
great game.
Dude,
Amazing game.
their point guard, I mean, Virginia's point guard is steady. He does not make mistakes. Very rarely.
You know
Clark,
the best part about Kihei Clark?
yeah.
The best part about that game is his very last pass of his college career was the
That.
one that ended his college career.
Well, that's like he is so steady. He's a very like he's reliable. What the what was going through his head, dude? I
I don't know.
thought
And the thing is, that's the guy you want to give the ball at the end of the game, too. Like, that is the exact guy you wanted to give the ball.
I thought there had to been. I was sitting here thinking when he threw that, I thought there's got to be someone wide open back there, like no one around him. Multiple Virginia players in the backcourt, you know, nobody around him. Because why would he throw it? And the
Right.
only, I mean, it went straight to a freaking Furman player, and I knew, dude. Soon as the Furman guard caught the ball 2 or 3 feet from the three and launched it, I knew it was going in.
Oh,
I
yeah.
knew it, dude. I knew it.
It's just it's just the electricity, like, it's just the environment. Like, you just knew it. And
Yeah.
when you see the ball go in the air, anyone who has played basketball or has watched basketball very closely, anytime you see someone just throw the ball into the air when they're getting double teamed, it's hardly ever going to end up good. Hardly ever.
Virginia consistently year in and year out, except for the year they won the championship, they had some pretty good guard play. They shot the ball really well that year, and they had next level talent. They had DeAndre Hunter, who's really good. Um, they've got to get the offense figured out. They're bad. They can't put anyone away. They outplayed Furman. They just couldn't put them away. They couldn't put them
It,
away.
I don't think they've ever actually been known for their offense.
No, they haven't. I mean, their defense was good enough in this game. I mean, Furman shot under 40%, but they still managed to get to 68 points because Furman is a good offensive team. Um, but even their defense, I mean, San Diego State manhandled Furman in the second round. And,
Yeah,
maybe
and
it's because maybe it's just you're off that super high. And, it's hard for Furman to regroup 2 days, a day later.
San Diego State is they're such a old experienced team. They're going to come into that game a little more controlled and
That's
ready to
that's the
play.
only reason I like San Diego State at all was because of their 7 rotational seniors. But all right, so what's your next one? I like that. It was a good game.
Another one was the FDU FAU game. Great game. I mean, it's funny at the
FDU
beginning of
FAU.
the do what?
Did you say FDU FAU?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, really good game. I sat down. I went to the bar to watch it, and right before the game came on, the bartender. I know the bartenders there, and they were asking me about it, and I said that I was talking about how FDU is not a very good team. I was like, it's going to be 30-point win probably. Is FAU is just so much more athletic, and um, I was like, so don't even sweat it. I was like, if I said I'm taking the over. Like I was taking FAU plus 17 and a half. Like, no question. And
Well,
then
I
you get
told
around halftime and they're hanging around and it takes a few shots at the beginning of the second half and they're
yeah.
right there. The craziest thing about the game though, off like just another offensively awful game. Like it was ugly. The most exciting thing about it was FDU's point guard. He was just going crazy in the second half. He had like
Yeah.
16 points in the second half.
He did that. So he did that against Memphis. Davis, kind of like the buzz cut guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did that against Memphis where he just got hot at the right time. But yeah, I noticed that he was having a really good game because I thought FDU was about to win it. And I talked to you on the phone before the game, and I said, I think FAU is going to win by 30.
Ooh, it was actually no, it was Dimitri Roberts
Oh, really?
for
The one.
FDU. He just started firing off. He just
Oh,
started
for
going
FDU.
for
Yeah, yeah.
FDU.
I thought you were talking about FAU.
No, for FDU. Dimitri Roberts just started going crazy in the second half. It was fun to watch, and then he tried to play hero ball at the end of the game and was taking really bad shots, and
Yeah.
FDU is kind of out of it at that point. But the crazy thing about the game is this is how close it was. They both shot 31 threes. They both were 9 for 31 from three. They both shot 71 field goals, but FAU hit two more than FDU did. They shot 41%. FDU shot 38, and then from three they were both at 29. The free throws just a little different, but that's how close of a game it was. And so that makes me want to credit Toby
Oh, Tobin.
Tobin.
Oh, Tobo.
Thing is, like, they played pretty fast. They got, I think they got up 10 more shots than Purdue did. And then they still got 71 shots up in this FAU game. So they were playing fast, and FAU just played the same speed they did. But defensively, I mean, held Purdue to, not that Purdue's the best shooting team ever, but FAU shoots 35% from three.
Yeah.
And around 40% from the field. And they held them at a lower percentage. I think just gotta credit the defensive coaching with
No, he coached.
hobbits.
He just made himself a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gremlin over there. So okay, what's your for number 3, what was your third favorite game? Your top 3. Round it out.
That ad just come on. We did not sponsor that ad.
Oh,
What was that? I can't remember what game. Oh, was it I lost it. Well, tell me your 3. And let me think about what the other one was.
so my 3 favorite. My first was Kansas State, Kentucky.
Great
So
game.
69-75 really wasn't even like that crazy high scoring, but the pace of that game was insane. It was insane pace. And what I liked about the game was it was two, but I mean, there was more than just 2 players that played good, but it was like 2 players from each team respectively that just played out of their mind, refused to lose basketball. And it was very tight. I mean, all the way to the end. But Toshibwe, the big man that's been in Kentucky for 14 years, he had 25 points, 18 rebounds. Incredible game. And then the 5'8" guard for Kansas State, Noel, had 27 points, 9 assists, 3 steals. I mean, but really that second half, I mean, Kentucky they can't shoot the ball at all. They shot, I think they hit probably 3 in the last. I mean, they were they went 4 for 20, but their best shooter went 1 for 10, and he hit one at the end of the game, like right at the end, when it really didn't matter that much. But it was like Kentucky go down there and throw up a shot, didn't even matter because Toshibwe was getting the board, dunking it right back there. On the other end, they couldn't stay in front of Noel. And he's the smallest guy out there. He's getting to the cup, finishing. He looked like Isaiah Thomas out there. It was really, really fun game to watch. My second favorite, I broke the rule. I usually don't do this. I hate going to the bar and watching games, but I actually went to the bar and watched Kansas and Arkansas. Really good game there too. I mean, ugly
Such a good
game.
game.
That's how Arkansas, if they could have it their way, they'd play like that every
Woo
time.
pig suey, baby.
Yeah.
Woo pig suey.
They would play
Odds.
like that every time. Keep it ugly, get me down there to the end of the game and let's see what happens. And that's basically what happened.
Which I love. Like and that's what we talked about too, is one, I think, didn't we have Arkansas beating Kansas?
About half my brackets. I was so on the fence. I think our bracket, we had Kansas.
Did we?
Yeah.
Which I don't know why, because that's all we talked about leading up to this was how talented Arkansas is.
Yeah. No, they underachieved in the regular season. Their coach is just a big time coach.
Yeah.
A big game coach. Yeah. They've gone to Elite 8, Sweet 16, and Sweet 16. Actually, maybe Elite 8.
Is this his second year in a row beating a 1 seed? Did they beat a 1 seed last year?
But I don't know. Maybe. Did they beat Gonzaga? think they beat Gonzaga.
I'm
Maybe.
pretty. I think they beat the 1 seed 2 years in a row.
In his 3 years, I think it's either 2 Elite Eights and now a Sweet 16, or an Elite Eight, Sweet 16, and now another one. He just wins the big ones. It was a fun game to watch. And I'll credit, like I said, I don't usually like watching them at the bars, but it's pretty fun.
I like watching at the bars. Depending, like, I only don't like watching at the bars if it's my team.
I agree, and that's kind of the reason because I don't have a team that's in the tournament, but I refuse to watch at the bar if my team is playing because I just get way too mad. My third favorite game was TCU Arizona State. Now, I was kind of repping Arizona State. I'm not gonna lie, because I lived in Phoenix for 4.5 years. Really
Yeah.
kind of want Arizona State to win, and their guards are like incredible, playing out of their mind.
I know. Yeah.
Arizona State, dude. So they lose this game by 2. It felt like they were going to win. I mean, the whole game. I mean, they lost it right at the end. They were up like 8 with like a 2. But they shoot 48% from the field. Arizona State does. TCU shoots 35. Arizona State goes 8 for 17 from 3, 47%. TCU makes 8, but they shoot 34%. TCU made 8 more free throws, but dude, Arizona State turned the ball over, too much. They turned it over 13 times to 5, 13 to 5 on the turnovers, but they outplayed them. TCU just felt like a team that's had a good year. They've got a really good player in Miles. And it just felt like they were going to win, no matter what.
And you know the funny thing about that game, at the end of it, it was Gonzaga. I think it was Gonzaga minus. It was Gonzaga -4, and he hit that buzzer beater when he just threw it up and made it.
Oh yeah,
That covered the spread. So like it was such a bad beat.
yeah. So those are my 3 favorite games. I really enjoyed those. Most games have been really good. What my strategy has basically been, I've been watching a game like the first half, right? And then it hits halftime. I switch to the other game, watch till that game goes into halftime. It might be like 4 minutes into the first quarter by the time I get to it. Then I switch back to the original game, watch the last like 8 minutes, 7
Yeah.
minutes of the game, flip back, and I'm getting the last 12 minutes of the next game. It's like I've gotten to watch a lot of these games, but it's been pretty good. There's been, I think, Princeton's obviously on a big run. You had the FDU stuff, but other than that, I don't think it's been like crazy.
It's been fun. It's been fun just to watch teams like Tom Izzo.
Yeah.
Apparently Tom Izzo broke the record for most double seed, most underdog, or
Yeah. I love Tom Izzo. He's almost a surefire, and I don't even think we had them going to the Sweet 16 R bracket. I don't know why, dude. If he's in the tournament, he should be a automatic Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Like every day.
Okay. Mr. March.
Mr. March. So what I think we should do now, we're going into Sweet 16. The people want it, man. We got to give the people what they want. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I hear them asking. You hear that? I hear them asking. They want us to reseed it. They want us to reseed it. They want us to tell them who's the best 1 through 16 reseed. I'm going to go first.
Oh, you're going to hate mine.
You might hate mine. Okay, so there's no scientific formula, a lot of eye tests, but it's kind of like who you played, which I don't discredit the 1 seeds for playing a 16 and a 9. But who you played, did you handle your teams, and are you just generally playing well? Are your good players playing well? Or are you playing well as a team? My 1 seed is UConn.
Oh, what? What'd you say? Did you say UConn?
UConn. UConn's my 1 seed, dude. They smashed Iona, and a lot of people really liked Iona going into that game. A lot of people. We liked Iona. Then they go to St. Mary's as a 5 seed, who again people are really high on the St. Mary's team. They're good. St. Mary's beats VCU, just handles them. They go in there. It's not even. It was. I watched the game. It was 70-55. It wasn't even that close. I mean, UConn has dominated so far.
Yeah,
I
and
think they have two
I
really
mean,
quality wins. They make my 1 seed.
I don't hate it because they came into. I liked them coming in. They came in hot.
They came in hot. Do you want me to go through all 16, or do you want to go back and forth?
Just go through all 16 and then
Okay.
just be
My
fast.
2 seed is going to be Houston. My 2 seed is Houston because I think I learned a lot about Houston in their last game. Their two best players, Sazler and Sheed, barely played in the second half. They just dominate Auburn. Auburn is talented. I don't like Auburn. I didn't think they were very good. I think Auburn's better than Maryland, comparing them to another 1 seed, Alabama. So it's kind of hard splitting hairs there, but I got Houston at 2, Alabama at 3. Alabama's #1 overall seed. They've handled their business. They've looked pretty good. Brandon Miller hasn't been great. Didn't score in the first game. Started off hot in the second game, but then went ice cold. But I got them at 3.
Had nothing
4
left in the chamber.
Yeah, he's got some left in the chamber. Hey, it's a long tournament. He's got some left in the chamber. Don't count him out yet. He might kill it. But a 4 seed, Miami. So Miami didn't play great again. I mean, they played good, but Drake gave them some trouble. But they absolutely murdered Indiana. And it was so obvious in that game against Indiana. And Indiana, I think, had the best player in the tournament, Jackson Davis. No, I don't even know if it's that close.
Freak
Jackson
stud.
Davis, really good.
Yeah.
But what is very important in March Madness? Guards.
ACC Player of the Year.
Do it.
He was the ACC Player of the Year.
Yeah. And Isaiah Wong, and just Miami in general just showed that they have superior guard play than Indiana, but it's going to be important for them. So I would have them at 4. At 5, Michigan State.
Oh.
I got Michigan State. Michigan State it looked great against USC. I mean, a 10 seed. Then they go into Marquette. It was 69-60, but it really wasn't. Michigan State, I don't think anyone ever thought Michigan State was going to lose that game for 1 second. They just handled.
I didn't. I didn't when you got Tom Izzo over there. I never thought they were going to lose it all.
6 seed is going to be Tennessee. They almost lost to Louisiana. So that's why I knocked them down. But they beat the shit out of Duke. And after Duke did what they did to Oral Roberts, I was sitting there thinking, dude, Duke is going to go to the Final Four. The Duke looked really good. Tennessee handled them. 7, I have UCLA. Not much to say there. They've handled business. I don't think Northwestern's very good. They beat them by 5. But their good players are playing good. And they've shot, I believe, over 50% in both games. 8 seed would be Texas. I kind of just wish Texas would have beat Penn State a little bit more handily. But I do like Texas at 8 seed. 9 seed is our champion, the people's champion, Gonzaga.
Timmy.
Yeah, Timmy. So Gonzaga looked pretty good against Grand
Timmy.
Canyon. Only won by 12. They're lucky to have got away with a win in TCU. TCU is a good team. They're a 6 seed. Haven't been just overly impressed. I'm really worried about Gonzaga against UCLA.
I'm not. I don't know.
Timmy's playing really good. Also, their guard, what's his name here? Strother. Yeah, one of their guards is playing really well too. He's got a hot hand right now. So I had 28 in the first game. So their good players are playing good. So I have Gonzaga at 9. Number 10, I have Creighton. Creighton's crazy good on offense. Hung 85 on Baylor, 72 against North Carolina State. They're a really good offensive team. They're not really good on defense, so it's going to be feast or famine for them. But I got them at 10. 11, I got Kansas State. Pretty impressed with Kansas State. I knew they were good as a 3 seed, but I just didn't know if they were this good. But beating Kentucky, I was pretty impressed. Number 12, you're probably wondering why I haven't said this team already, because they have a victory over a 1 seed. Number 12 is Arkansas. So Arkansas.
That's actually my biggest surprise so far.
Huh?
It's my biggest surprise so far.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you not surprised by UConn?
No, I have UConn in my top 4.
Okay. Arkansas is 12. So they're shooting in 2 games combined, they're shooting under 40% from the field. And I know what ifs, maybes, whatever, but if Bill Self coaches that game, Arkansas doesn't win.
Yeah.
So they're not even playing. I mean, they're gutting them out, but they're 12. I think UConn probably beats them pretty bad. Covers the spread at least. Number 13, I got Princeton. Okay, that might be a surprise to you as well. Princeton is playing really freaking good. They're legit good. They're out rebounding. So Princeton is supposed to be a bunch of. Let's be real, guys. Let's be real about what Princeton.
Nerds.
Bunch of Tobin Andersons. Bunch of Tobins. Like
a bunch of goofballs.
These goofballs, losers. I mean, these guys are supposed to be wearing glasses, short little white dudes that are not very athletic.
Bunch of Carltons.
Just a bunch of Carltons. Actual Carltons. Have you seen the picture of him wearing the Princeton jersey or some shit?
Oh, yeah.
So they absolutely murdered an SEC team that's very athletic, Missouri, on the boards, which shouldn't happen. Then in the game prior against Arizona, this will load up. They out-rebounded Arizona. How is that happening? They're defending well. They're out-rebounding teams. I got them. I think they deserve the 13 seed here. 14 seed, San Diego State. They're good, but nothing really just makes me think like they beat a 12 seed and a 13 seed. I think they're really going to find out how good they are against Alabama. 15, I am not impressed with this team. I'm not impressed with their coach. I think they have a phony as a coach, Xavier. Sean Miller could never win at Arizona. He gets fired for smuggling drugs or whatever the hell he did. I don't know, some huge NCAA violation. So now he's at Xavier, same team. It was same Arizona teams. Kennesaw State in the first round, the 14th seed, had a better win probability with a minute to go. And I'm literally watching this game. Their best player misses a wide open Tanner. I don't know if you watch it. Wide open bump. They would have gave him a 2-point lead. Then Xavier goes down there and scores. You do the free throw game. They win by 5. But Kennesaw State should have absolutely won that game, and they didn't. So, and then Xavier, they did fine against Pitt. I didn't think Pitt was very good. So, and then 16 seed, I have FAU.
Oh yeah. We agree.
So I know that was kind of long-winded, but
I'll go through mine quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's hear what you got.
I mean, obviously, I didn't watch as much. Had some other extracurricular activities going on.
You have friends. Just tell people you have friends. I don't.
I have a drinking problem.
That's kind of why I brought you here. We love you, bud.
I'm Tanner.
We love you.
I'm Coach T.
Yeah.
And I drink a lot. Bama at 1. I mean, they've done everything that. I just put Bama 1 because they're already the 1 seed. Like they're the number 1 overall seed. They're put up there because they can outscore anybody, and it's hard to keep up with them. Like they've beaten the shit out of everyone. Houston's just they're playing unbelievable. They're beating the shit out of everyone too. Number 3, I'm going Arkansas just because of how talented they are. I mean, they're winning games. They're staying hot. That's really. I'm kind of basing these based off of how I think like the win probability is, and I really think Arkansas. I think Bama's gonna win. I think Houston's gonna win. Wait. Arkansas, which sucks because that's the reason I put Arkansas above UConn. I put UConn at 4. So I think Arkansas is going to beat UConn, but I do think UConn is the 4th best team right now in that top 16. 5, Zags. 6. I mean, I always pull for the Zags. Big Zags guy. Love Timmy. We love Timmy. Number 6, I went Miami. I mean, they're playing really good guard play right now. I mean, Isaiah Wong is playing unbelievable. They keep winning games, and staying hot. Probably the only actual good team in the ACC this year, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Number 6 was Miami. Number 7, I went Tennessee. Tennessee just, I mean, they proved that they could be the best team in the nation. They beat Alabama this year. They're still winning. I think right now, I think they're gonna beat Kansas State. I mean, it's gonna be a close game, but I think Tennessee is more talented.
They're playing Kansas State.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Tennessee's got that one.
yeah. Um, and then I have at what was that number 8, Tommy, old Tommy Izzo.
Michigan State. There you go.
Oh no, wait, Tennessee's playing FAU. I read that wrong. Which still, still,
Yeah.
I'm still taking Tennessee over FAU. FAU is my number 16, and then I'm still taking Tom Izzo over Kansas State, even though I'm taking Tom Izzo, Kansas State, Sweet 16. Number 9, Princeton. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about Princeton. I just think they're a fun team to watch. Number 10, Texas. Same thing with Texas. Number 11, Creighton. 12, Kansas State. I mean, they're good, but I don't think they're going to be Michigan State again. 13, UCLA, which you probably think that's surprising. Only reason I said that is because, like you said, Northwestern I don't think is that good. They do still have injuries, and I think Gonzaga may expose it, unless that guard keeps playing really well.
Yeah.
14, Xavier. 15, San Diego State. I mean, I just don't think San Diego State is just they might have had the easiest path so far.
Oh yeah, 12 and 13.
12 and 13, like offensively, they're not very good offensively. Defensively, they're obviously better, but they just do not play at a good enough tempo
They're just
uh,
solid.
to
All it
even
is, they're just solid.
they may get beat by 30
Yeah. They
by Bama.
yeah, they're just solid. They're just not special enough, you know?
They're old.
Yeah. And
And
then
number
FA.
16, FAU. I mean, FAU is just I was high on them at first early in the tournament, but I mean, credit to FDU, but like they're just not a very good basketball team. and FAU just they let them stick around for so long. Honestly, they got lucky that they got hot at the end. I mean, I assumed it was going to happen just because they're just the obvious better team, but it's bad that it was even came down to that being that close. But once again, credit to Toby Keith. He
Uh,
coached his
oh,
ass off, but yeah,
oh,
that's my
Bilbo
one through
Baggins.
16.
Yeah, I mean, Memphis should have never. I mean, Memphis absolutely gave that game to FAU.
Yeah.
So, give me
And
on that.
Penny just proved again he's just still not a very good coach.
We can recruit. People like him.
He can.
Can't coach.
He's the Deion Sanders of college basketball.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Might be.
I actually had UCLA at like 12 when I first did this. Kind of the same reason. I just haven't been like super impressed, but I started looking at it. They're not playing bad. They're good. I just don't know if they have the top end, especially with the injury. I don't know if they're deep enough, and I just don't know if they have like top end talent. Like they don't have what was that guy they had that when they made their run, Juzang or something like that? He was really good, you know. They don't really have that, so they're an old team. They're good. I moved them up to 7, but I'm kind of like you. I'm not super impressed with them. They're okay. They're fine.
Yeah. I mean, they may come out and beat Gonzaga, but I
They're
don't
good. I mean, Gonzaga
I don't
hasn't
think they will.
Gonzaga hadn't really just blown the doors off, but I just feel like
It's Timmy's year, man.
that's what I'm saying. I think it's more
It's
of
Timmy's
emotional.
year.
I think it's more of like I've got an attachment. I want it to be Timmy's year. He's he's a senior. He's been really good the whole time he's been at Gonzaga. All 4 years he's been really good. He's played with top talent, Jalen Suggs, played with Chet Holmgren. He's had really good players around him, really good teams. And it just feels like he's stuck around and Unfortunately, they may have won it. Their best team might have been the year that COVID happened. They were
Yeah.
really good that year. I think they were probably going to be a 1 seed, but I don't
He
know.
has one more year.
Maybe
Yeah, he's not coming back, but he has one more year if he wanted it.
it just feels like I'm wanting him to be the guy to do it for the Zags. You
Yeah.
know, you got all the good players that have played for the Zags throughout the years, and just wanted to beat Timmy. After the first 2 games, I'm kind of not sure, but we'll see. It feels like UConn when they get hot, they win it.
Yeah.
It's just something about UConn. It's like every 5 or so years they get hot. They come in hot. They're playing good and they just win.
And it's just a fun team to pull for. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
blue blood.
I mean, nobody
Are they
cares
blue
about
blood? Say
UConn,
they're blue
but
blood.
oh yeah, they're blue.
They're blue.
But you know, there's gonna be haters out there. There's gonna be people that say that, well, there's only been one team beat a 1 seed, so Arkansas should be number 2 or number 1, or something stupid.
Oh, if that's the case, then FDU should have been in my top 5 for the round of 32.
You have Arkansas pretty high. I would disagree, but to be honest, if you were actually going to seed it, they have the best win so far. So that is still
They
alive.
do.
They have the best win of any team still alive. So, but I want to hear
from you.
Me?
What's your top 16 look like?
Oh, from them?
Bro, I've got to stop. Yeah, from them. From them. Welcome to the late night pod.
bro, I got to stop hanging around you and moaning because I legitimately did that in the gym today.
No way.
Well, I hurt my
How?
back. How?
Why did you moan?
I've been doing it a lot. I've been going, just like, if there's like any silence in a conversation, I just go, huh? Yeah, I've just been doing that, dude. And
Oh man.
it was like involuntary. So I was just like pressing. I had music. I very rarely listen to music like really loud, but like the music kind of died down, and I realized I went, hmm? When I went up, I was like, hmm? And I was like, oh fuck.
Just biting your lip.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, so I gotta stop doing that because
Well, all right. I'm
well,
done
bud,
talking to you.
listen. Need to go back to your AA meetings. You know what everyone else should do?
I'm switched to the do.
You know what everybody that's watching should do?
What should they Mountain Dew?
They should Mountain Dew go to KhalilHarbertShop.com and get them some juice.
At this link right here.
There.
All right. Well, guess
All right,
we'll
bud.
have a
Well,
keep it at 99 coming.
yeah, I'm gonna keep it at 99 with you,
MING.
bud. I'm gonna keep it 99 with you right now. I hate you, bye. I hate you, bye.
I hate you too. Bye.
Cause they loving the crew.